little bit of trash pulled out of the lake today. There we go. It's the best way to kayak. Let's go back. Sea monster telling me right there. Well, this works pretty well for me. So Henry towed me to my dive location, and I jumped off my kayak and started searching around the bottom. So most of my dives, especially when I'm doing trash dives, I don't go very deep. I'll show you when I get back to the surface here on my watch, but most of my dives only go between the 20 and 30 foot range, so I think this dive here was about 25 feet, or just over 8 meters. It's always interesting to see what comes off the bottom sometimes. So this really long chunk of rope here, it just kept coming and coming, and it kept pulling and pulling. And I was really wondering if there was going to be something on the other end. Turns out there wasn't, but you never know sometimes. Big pile of rope. So this is Henry's cool little scooter. This is how he was towing me in the kayak. So it definitely helps him to get spots without tiring out. It's definitely a fun little toy. So I'm not sure if somebody was building something or taking something apart here, but I found a whole bunch of washers and a few nuts and even a bolt. So whatever they were doing, they either dropped a bunch or threw them in the water, but got them all out. So I think there was close to 30 plus pieces here. So it's interesting. You'd think a tire would be really heavy, but actually underwater, just because of the density of it, it's really not too heavy. The thing you have to deal with is the drag, so you're not going to be able to swim very fast, but as long as you're slow, you can pick it up. Not a lot of effort. It's definitely more efficient to throw it in the kayak, so I had the kayak and I was able to pick up a lot of tires, but the other divers, they had to haul them along the whole dive, so that was a lot worse for them than it was for me. So something that came up in conversation a little while back is the different types of anchors that are used in Cultus Lake. So in this video, there's a couple examples, but this is one of the examples of an old anchor. A lot of them are very homemade, and I wouldn't trust a lot of them. Old rusty bits, chunks of concrete, you name it, it's down there. A lot of old engine blocks. So it's just really interesting to see the different kinds of anchors that have been put in the lake through the years. I'm really curious to know what these 6 metal plates were from. So if anybody has any guesses, let me know in the comments. It's just kind of a strange thing. And this was my heaviest find of the whole dive. It's pretty fortunate that this is really shallow, and I just happened to see it when I was swimming out farther, actually. So I was able to just grab this and swim a couple feet, and stand up and walk back to shore. More tires, some weight, glass, tires, more tires, and a few bags of trash. So So this is a couple dives of hauling tires up Cultus. So we got all the recycles in another bag, but these are all the tires and some other trash we pulled out. A lot of people don't know that all these cleanup dives are volunteer. So if you'd like to support myself or Henry and his team, I've put our Patreon links in the description below. I have to thank Cultus Lake Park Board for hauling away all the trash as always, and I have to thank all of you that have watched all the way to the end. My goal for 2021 is to get monetized, so we need a few more subs and a whole bunch more watch time. So thanks guys.